welcome to a brand new video of the opposition preview, and we're back to playing Premier League football. Southampton game, last game around, we had a week off and we deserved a week off really. Well, not deserved it, but we needed a week off after that horrendous performance. However, looking ahead to the Sheffield United game, hopefully the players have got the rest, and another positive is the fact that there are some key players coming back. The likes of Benteke, Townsend, Van Aanholt, Luka Milivojovic's suspension is now done. They all seem like they're available for the Sheffield United game, and it is a big game in terms of when you look at last time around when we faced Sheffield United. We struggled massively. We only lost 1-0, but if you remember the game, they dominated us at all stages of the pitch and all throughout the game. So it was a bit embarrassing to watch as a Palace fan in that game. However, we'll be talking to a Sheffield United fan, Ingood Nick, and getting his perspective on the game. And yeah, let's get into it. You beat us 1-0 at your ground when we last faced you in the Premier League, but you absolutely dominated us. And you're only sitting 1 point off 5th place. So what's the mood like amongst Sheffield United fans going into this game?
Now, I can't speak for every single Sheffield United fan because I'm quite a pessimistic blade. I've kind of gone into every away game as fearing the worst and hoping for the best. And we've had the best this season because there's only 2 teams that have beaten us away from Bramall Lane, and that is Liverpool and Man City, which they are beating most teams. So yeah, we've been excellent this season and the mood is high, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I think we know for a fact that if we don't play at 100% every single game, there's a good chance we may get beaten. But this season we have been playing at kind of 80% and higher. So yeah, we're just expecting that every single week from them because they are delivering.
How do you think Palace should approach this game in order to improve their chances of getting a result? What do you think that we should do tactically?
Now, tactically, there's not been many teams that have managed to figure out the overlapping centre-backs in the last 4 seasons of Chris Wilder being Sheffield United manager. 1 season in League One, 2 seasons in the Championship, and then 1 in the Premier League. The only 2 teams, well, I'll say the only 1 team because I think Man City kind of used the Liverpool model, if you like. The only team to really figure that out is Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. And I'll give you a bit of an inside scoop on it because I think there's been some articles written about it since. What Jurgen Klopp did, he went and pushed both right back and left back as high up as possible to try and stop the wing backs from getting forward, and obviously the overlapping centre backs as well. Pushing those full backs really kind of keeps our kind of wing backs and centre backs kind of contained in those defensive areas for us. Now it is risk and reward because that obviously leaves big gaps kind of on the left mid and right mid as we're attacking. But for Liverpool it was quite easy because they had the ball most of the time. And when we were attacking and the ball was coming up to the strikers pretty quickly, they knew that Van Dijk and Gomez were both quicker than McBurney and McGoldrick. So they kind of snuffed out everything that came forward. Now, Man City did this a little bit differently because I think they didn't kind of trust their centre-backs as much as Liverpool did. But what they did was they played 5 at the back, or kind of 3 at the back, with Walker and Zinchenko going really high up forward again. But again, it leaves massive gaps. Man City could deal with it because they had 3 centre-backs. Liverpool could deal with it because their defenders are kind of just on fire at the moment. But I think for all these teams that aren't Liverpool and Man City, they may struggle with that because it is really kind of putting a lot of pressure on those centre-backs. And yeah, you could get caught out. So it's one of them. Do you try and follow the Man City Liverpool model, or do you play like everybody else does?
If you had to pick 1 player that Palace should watch out for, who would it be and why?
Now, this is really difficult to say because we play as a team. That is our kind of USP, our unique selling point, that we play as a team. And we kind of defend as a team, we attack as a team, we battle as a team. everything is done as a team. And that's what I would have been saying to everybody if they'd have asked me this until kind of a month ago. I think Lundstrom had a really good start to the season, but it's kind of faded a little bit in recent weeks. Maybe a bit like kind of tiring a little bit. Didn't play a lot last season. But John Fleck, for me, has been unbelievable. Apparently Arsenal and a couple of other clubs may be interested in him. Hopefully we can keep hold of him till after the deadline. But John Fleck, he is, I was going to say he's big. He's not big. He's small, but he's strong. He battles. Excellent on the ball. Carries the ball really, really well. Can nip in and out of players. And also joins in and scores goals. So yeah, if anyone, you've possibly got to watch out for John Fleck and Ollie Norwood spraying those passes.
Where do you see the game being won and lost on a weekend?
Now, assuming Sheffield United and Palace are both at full tilt in this game, I expect us to either win the game or lose the game in these kind of areas. So, first of all, we score a lot of goals in kind of lull periods where the other team has kind of taken the foot off the gas or not started quick enough. So we've scored a lot of goals in kind of the first 10-15 minutes in quite a few away games this season. We also score quite a lot of goals in and around half time, so maybe just before or just after. Obviously Chris Wilder kind of likes to give the hairdryer treatment sometimes, so maybe that's one of the reasons why we scored just after half time. And then those other lull periods where it's like 60 to 70th minute, something like that. That's kind of where we take advantage, I think. The place where we can lose this game is, like I said, just not being 100%, not being 90, not being 80. If we come into this game not playing our greatest football, fair enough, we've got a very, very good defence. So the defence really can kind of see us through sometimes. If we get that early goal, can hold on to a game sometimes. I'm not saying it's going to be all defend, but we pride ourselves on having a really good defence, not conceding many goals, and I can't see us conceding more than one goal in this game. I think we've only conceded 2 goals away, maybe once or twice this season. So as you can see, we're a really good defensive unit. I think the place where Palace can possibly win and lose it again is if they don't turn up. If they just turn up and think it's only Sheffield United. A lot of teams have thought that this season. And if Palace turn up and think it'll be a walk in the park, I can assure you it won't be. But I think Crystal Palace have got many, many more match winners than we have. We've got a great defence, but if Zaha turns it on, if Andros turns it on, if these players turn it on, there's not many defences that can really contain him. So I think that's where Palace could win this game.
And finally, let's have your lineup and score predictions.
Now for my prediction, I think it's going to finish either 1-1 or 0-0. And the reason that I'm going to go for a draw is because we've not lost many this season, but we've kind of thrown points away where we've deserved to kind of win the game. So yeah, lots of draws this season away from home, which isn't a bad thing for a team that's just come up from the Championship. If you win your games at home and you draw your games away, it's excellent. But we have thrown a lot of points away this season. So I think it's going to go the same way. I think we're going to defend well. I think we're going to nick a goal at some point, possibly in the first half, and then we're probably just going to kind of get overrun by the likes of Zaha and Andros, like I've said before. I think there'll be a little bit of magic from maybe a Zaha in this game to kind of unlock our defence. So yeah, that's how I see it. Hopefully it'll be a great game to watch. And yeah, fingers crossed.
Thank you so much for that, Nick. If you want to go out and check out his channel, the link will be down in the description. Now let's talk about my prediction for the game. I am not confident because I know how we will set up. We'll go and just sit back and try hit Sheffield United on a counter-attack. However, I feel like a similar outcome would happen. I feel like they've got such an attacking mindset with overlapping centre-backs that we'll just struggle. We'll just sit back and hope for the best. So in terms of that, in all honesty, I'm predicting a loss, a 2-1 defeat. Let me know what you think. What's your predictions for the game? And yeah, let's see what happens really. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new content. And until next time, up the Palace.